Hello. 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 Alrighty. So, here is a finished sketchbook, finished by my standards. We'll go through it, have a look at stuff, and yeah, chat about what's in here and maybe why it's in there. So this is a Brighton Sea White A4 sketchbook. I like working with A4 because there's a lot more space on a page, and yeah, I find with like A5, or if it's too big, then your drawings are lost in a sea of whiteness and it can be a bit scary to start. If it's too small, then I feel like I can only get, 4 or 5 little pics. But as you'll see, most of the time, I like to put as many as possible on a page. So yeah, let's go. This was a sketchbook that I've had for a very long time, and wasn't really using. I think I had drawn a few pictures on pages. I had drawn a few pictures on the early pages, but then I've had this for 10 years or something and only drawn on a couple pages. So I think when I started this, I kind of tore those old pages out and started fresh. But here's something that I stuck in over 10 years ago now. A novel way to spend an hour. I think it was on a mag or a postcard or something, and I thought it was a cool thing, so I stuck it in the front of a sketchbook. This won't take an hour, hopefully. We'll see. And then a bit of fragile tape that I cut the F and R off, so it says Agile, and a lino cut skull, which I did way later in this sketchbook, but printed on the first page as like a nice thing to do. And you can see it's kind of printed over here as well because I shut the book too early. Most of my stuff's just black ink, black pen. But there's a few bits of colour. I think these were highlighters. I was just trying them out. Yeah, I don't know why, but one of the first things I drew was a weird desiccated headless person's corpse. I don't know why. But yeah, some various little skulls, bones, hearts. If I'm not really... Often when I'm drawing, if I'm not sure what I want to draw, then I will just put the pen to the page and see what happens. And then if I'm still not getting something, I'll usually fill a lot of gaps with hearts or sparkles or bones or jewels or, fun stuff, nice stuff. Yeah. I like this guy. Sort of looks cheeky, but also like he's naked apart from a cloud, and a little strong monkey there. Some arrows, and yeah, I really like this heart guy. I think I draw him a few more times, and obviously there's loads of skulls because that's what happens in cats. You'll see cats in this video. There will be skulls and cats and hearts and sparkles. Here's some torn out bits from... It looks like there's only a couple pages, so yeah. Looks like I drew on 2 pages about 10 years ago and then put the sketchbook in the pile of sketchbooks. But now I've used it, so that's good. Here's another sort of desiccated skeletal corpse guy, but this one, in my head, I had the bit from Titanic, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls. A little kind of Kermit frog, a frog with a butt, some strong guys. This one's got no legs, I really like this one. A weird sort of muscly peach, a fast blue hedgehog. Someone taking off their skin, that's a scrunched up face, hopefully you can see that okay. And saying that's better, a bit of mind control by aliens, And yeah, this sort of, yeah. I really like drawing, hands like this. It's just weird and knobbly hands, kind of alien and, I don't know, a bit like my hands. Unfortunately, when you tear pages out, pages become loose, so never mind. The book's finished now. Page of skulls, just, I guess it looks like maybe testing pens because that one's different than that one and that one. That might have been. Often I'll draw the same thing with a different pen to see how it works with the paper. This one bleeds a little bit. Obviously, it would be helpful if I wrote what pen I was using, but there we go. A bunch of pre-skull people. So trying to imagine what the skull might look like if it had skin, but they all just end up looking like Hey Arnold's grandpa. With this sort of gummy mouth, bald head, and yeah, and then some skulls and some cats with glasses. I really like this cat with the same nose and the glasses on. This is how I draw dogs, which is basically, I think, based on Spike from Rugrats. He's got a similar sort of long face and silly ears, but also a bit like Santa's little helper from Simpsons. Some more skulls with hats and a weird alien helmet. A bat skull, sort of. A gyroid from Animal Crossing, devil, a rat, a sort of bear with a skull on but with horns. I don't know, a spacesuit bear. Some more bears, and this looks like I think his name's Binky from from Arthur. Hey Arthur. I have another account which is called Drawing School. I'll put the name here probably, nice empty space. And I think these were a couple of prompts that I was trying to come up with. So the point of that account is every week I'll set a homework prompt and then people can do it that week or later or not do it. It's totally up to them. The idea is to try and get people kind of creating more, and I did it as part of, I set a list called Spookin' Cute last October last year, and I really enjoyed sort of having created the prompts, and a lot of people told me that it was really useful for them to have a prompt to draw from or prompt list to draw from. So I thought, hey, this is fun, I want to continue it, but October's, if you've ever done a drawing challenge, October can be very stressful. A lot of people burn out or crash or get stuck with it. So yeah, the idea was after October I'll do a more chilled thing, which is once a week. So yeah, these are a couple of prompts which I didn't ever use, so I think this was maybe a self-portrait of sorts, with the imagination from SpongeBob, but also the fun bit from SpongeBob. I drew the legs too wide, I think, so I redrew them, and the body, but it just it just looks like I'm constipated. It was another one, superpower, where, so for the prompts usually I will draw the words and draw something to kind of give it context, I suppose. So yeah, this was going to be one, but I didn't ever go with this, but I've always got it in the bag if I want to go with it later. Superpower. And yeah, the very first prompt was to introduce yourself, so draw a self-portrait or, you know, something that relates to you. There was another one, I heart cats, cat person. Just, I like the idea of someone going, I'm a cat person, I'm a dog person, and what would that actually look like? And it just turns out to be some sort of furry. Yep, there's a sad Pikachu making a sad Pika-Pee noise, another one, and a sort of Pikachu nerdy cat, Pikachu. I Heart Nerds. I really like this design. I may do something with that later. We'll see. A little sad skull. I read the news today, oh boy, from the Beatles. And then this is a toy, but I've made it nerdy, and in my version, a toy created by my friend Booby Young. His name is Chestnut, and I will get him now. Here he is, Chestnut. He's got a little book and a little pencil and a funky hairdo. These were created as part of a blind box vinyl toy series, Treason and Other Stories. Treason as Booby's character, and these are all part of her stories. And yeah, Chestnut's great. I really like that he's got his little pencil and his little moleskin book. So yeah, I drew him. But made him nerdy. And this is kind of similar to another character of hers called Ren, who's also over there, but since I drew Chestnut properly, we'll go with that. Changed his clothes though. Didn't give him a pocket, gave him a weird collar, like he's not wearing a coat in mine, he's wearing something else. Some more play with words, I guess. Here's the Grim Reaper. Welcome, we have been waiting a lifetime for you. I really like the word crud. I think it's such a funny word, and I don't think many people use it, but it's just like so muddy and crusty. A coin design which says dead royalty is dead, pre the queen dying, but whatever, there's so many dead kings and queens in the past. And yeah, a skull sideways and then a cat on the other side, which I guess I would add a tail to, heads or tails. Cute cat on a skateboard. I really like this. He-Man with glam sunglasses on, glasses on. And some little thoughts, just pen over paper is a start. Make stuff, have fun, make something today. Perfection is the mind killer. Perfection is the art killer. Make stuff before you die. And this weird sort of devil in pants, turtleneck, pants cat. Oh, and frog. There's some more frogs later. An idea for a comic which I haven't done yet. I'm sure someone else has probably done the same idea, but yeah, it made me laugh anyway. Ooh, this guy keeps sending me unsolicited duck pics. And then a picture of a duck, and then a sad duck, and then it says red, and he's even sadder. Something about dating apps. A cute pumpkin. I find pumpkins very hard to draw, and I think it's because they've got this kind of bobbly texture all the way round, and I'm not sure how to draw that. I mean, almost all of this stuff is drawn without reference. Even Chestnut I just drew from my head rather than looking at him. So yeah, maybe it would be better if I could look at a pumpkin. Here's a little shrunken head. Some more sort of Pikachu, cat, skull, Batman, Catman. A giraffe because they're weird with these kind of antenna, big ears, big long tongue. Yeah, some stripy horned little devil guys, another sad duck. This is, if you've seen Die Hard 1, there's spoilers, there's a bit where he writes on a guy's chest, now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho. And I thought it would be funny to do sort of the Jigglypuff squiggle on the face, like now I have a Sharpie, ho ho ho. And then this one was Harry Potter summoning a Hawaiian lei and saying Aloha Mora, because in the movies it sounds like they're saying Aloha Mora, Aloha Mora. But when I looked it up later, it's actually Aloha Mora. So the joke doesn't quite work, but there's something about it misspelling. I drew this And I drew this one and this one digitally as well. So yeah, misspell, spell, wizard. Yeah, it's done now. I thought of the joke, I did the thing, it's done. We can move on. Right, here's a few more of drawing, a couple more drawing school prompts. One was Giganticat and Enormodog, and I used this as the head of the Enormodog prompt, where I drew this dog with a body and a little house there. Another prompt was Spider Nan, so I don't think I used this drawing, but that was a very rough drawing of an old Spider Nan. She was going to wear sort of web, red webbed clothes and blue the other bits, but I did something else instead. This is another sort of He-Man skull, a weird Buzz Lightyear, and some from that shape going, okay, that would work for a cap. So drawing a few of those. Animation that I haven't done yet. So the idea would be a skull and then a flower sort of comes out, blooms, spins round, maybe looks around and then goes back in. I think that would be cool. And then this weird sort of, I don't know where this, well, came from my brain, perspective thing of someone with a chainsaw, but also, are they crazy? I don't know. Are they scared because they've got a very powerful tool in their hand and weird long bendy legs? Who knows? It's fun. The point is to have fun. This was a water bottle thing. I thought I'll draw some like nasty little nasties, little rotters, absolute rotters in a water bottle, and just kind of being like, make sure you clean your bottle, which is something you should do. Don't just keep filling it up and up and up every day. Make sure you wash it out, because you can get guys like these in it. Look how mean he is. He's so angry. Another sort of, something about this hair though, like drawing sort of He-Man hair. It's funny. A cat and a mouse, a squirrel or something, and this clown guy I really like, and the clown cat. His friend, a clown cat, and this one. There's something fun about drawing clowns because you can just bend their mouths around, make them too big, give them really good expressions, good eyebrows, and they can kind of be whatever you want them to look like a bowling pin, for example, or melting, or like a kind of subtle clown. There's a couple of crabs. Don't know why I was drawing crabs. They're quite difficult to draw. I don't spend very long looking at crabs in my day-to-day life, or any time in fact. So, yeah. Some more clowns. Birds, bunnies. A weird lemon clown. This guy that I saw about 2 or 3 times walking up to town at the same time every day. And I just drew him from memory a few weeks later. He looked a lot like this. Yeah, like this sort of cone head thing. And this, I don't know, looks like a bit like a Muppet maybe. Who knows? A little guy with a wispy tash. An alien. I like these nerdy cats. A nice wizard. These were sketching out canvases that I'd bought just to get an idea of the shape, and in fact didn't ever draw on those. I think I then made them, created the canvas dimensions on Procreate and drew it on there, but this was a painting that I have not done yet. I did a different one with sort of rays. I'll put a picture with rays coming out in a rainbow sequence twice, so pinky red through to purple and then back again. Yeah, some weird chameleon going where, dog going woof, cat going why, frog going what. Parfois, really nice French word, means sometimes. Or is it sometimes or is it maybe? I think it's sometimes. Another idea of mandala flower with the skull in the middle. I did some really cool mandala things which I will put there, hopefully, if I know how to do that. And another painting which I have started but have not finished yet. And these two, the reason they look different is I was watching a YouTube video on sort of how to draw faces, I think. And it was about monsters and kind of just showing different noses and ears and eyes and things like that. So I think I was just doodling along while that was on. Nerdy Bart Simpson, really cool, like that. Harry Potter, but from Final Fantasy. This was when I watched Hercules. This is Hades. I watched Hercules for the first time like last year or earlier, must have been last year. And yeah, some weird sort of floaty guys. A little kind of clown seal maybe, some heads together. This one made me laugh a lot when I did it. This is a cat that I drew, and then I gave it a human ear just because I'd been drawing human ears. I accidentally gave it a human ear, but it made me laugh a lot. So yeah, it's always fun when a drawing makes you laugh unexpectedly. I really like this guy, kind of under the weather, sad looking guy, bags under his eyes, big sad. I was going to say big sad smile, but that's not what I mean, sad mouth. And this one too, sad but with a big drop of water on his head, and I've written raindrops keep falling on my head. The idea of just kind of that water distortion. I really liked it, and he's doing nothing about it. He's crossed his arms like that meme guy. Yeah, some more Pikachus. Maybe I was playing Pokemon or something at the time. And these cool cats with eyebrows, just playing with different expressions that eyebrows can give. Some Pikmin, very cute Pikmin. Raindrops turning into a tree, and an Easter Island head that then accidentally turned into a coffee cup. And this guy running from something. Just a happy guy, contented guy. Yes! A banana. Someone sliced his head, and he's going, huh? Banana. And that guy's going, huh? Who knows why? There's a bear octopus. There's another sort of one that looks like Binky from Arthur. I hope his name is Binky. If not, I'll correct it. A little devil popping out some horns. Guy going, gosh. And yeah, some rogue colour pencil, which is on the next page too. Oh, and a portal. That's cool. Who knows why this bear has tentacle arms. And I like this demon sort of guy. Testing all my colour pencils. See how, not for the colour because that's pretty obvious, but more how waxy they are, how strong the colour is. You can see some variation between the amount of colour that's coming out of the pencil. This is sort of a portrait of me. I had done this big tool painting, the first one that I'd done more recently, and also got this fur coat, and I took a picture of me which I'll put there. And yeah, I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a go. Give it some drawing. I'm a cat person. A couple of GIFs that I didn't make, or animations that I didn't make, so the idea of being some hands like that, and the skull kind of bobbing and shimmering, a skull dropping through portals, and not sure what that meant. Painting fade down. Who knows? This was when I was working on my website. I needed a 404 page. Not that anyone will probably see it, but yeah, a couple of ideas. I went with this one in the end. And then what I tend to do is if I draw something that I like, I'll take a photo of it, put that into Procreate, and then draw over it and change some bits and bobs. And yeah, no one will probably ever see my 404 page, but I will put a little screenshot of it because I think it works nicely. I just did this with a transparent background and then it sat on the colour of the page nicely. The jaw drop, and I start drawing these weird people, things, often with feet and hands, but not usually with a head. But yeah, just sort of that play of, can you give a hand, feet and a face? Does it look fun? Makes me laugh anyway. Some more demons and clowns and a demon baby skull, snake coming out of someone's head, a little bucket hat. The word dreary I thought was a good word. I heard it a few times in a podcast, or a couple of times in a podcast, and I just wanted to draw it, so I did. And then a couple of different vampires, and this one in fact I did turn into a digital thing and got turned into a sticker the other day, which came. The digital thing has this nocturnal underneath, and I'll figure out a way to show, but this is glow in the dark. My first sort of glow in the dark stickers in this batch. So yeah, I will find a way to show that here, now. Frogs and bugs and a cool guy duck, some more ducks, frogs, strong guy. I like these kind of legs, giving the skull legs. Really like this hand with feet and a little face, and this kind of duck with a foot on his head and 2 human feet. It's good fun. I like messing around with stuff. It doesn't need to be serious. You should have fun when you draw. Some more, another version of that one. Some more sort of hands with feet. I like this one a lot. A big, a big gnarly toe. This was a drawing school prompt. This was bowling shoes. So I drew a shoe bowling, and some sort of, I don't know, they're not really frogs, but creatures in a hole, popping out of a hole, which I really like. And I drew a version with a cat. I don't know if I just did it straight digitally or in my next sketchbook. I don't know. I came back to that idea, and I got this sticker made of a cat peeping out of a hole, and it's on transparent material, so it should look cool, like it's popping out of wherever you put it. You can see there. I haven't decided where to put one yet to show it, but yeah, it's cool that you can get, well, firstly it's really, really cool that you can get stickers made of your stuff. That's amazing. But yeah, to have these cool finishes like glow in the dark or clear, really cool. Or there's some glitter ones which I'll show you when we get to those drawings as well, and a little sunflower waving. I think I drew these when I was playing Dungeons and Dragons. There's Finn from Adventure Time, missing the edge of his backpack there. But yeah, came up with this phrase, liches get stitches, because in the campaign that we're doing, we're about to fight a lich now. We finally got there. So yeah, and a frog, and a kind of mean, what are you? A mean guy with a funny belt for his pants. And yeah, some cool swords. I like the idea of having an eye on the base of the sword. And yeah, some sort of demon things and a pig. Some more cats, like from a few pages back. Where was it? Quite. Never mind. Cats with eyebrows, different moods, being silly, being emo, being like, ooh, oh, yeah. Some Simpsons. Cyclops Homer. Just very quick, like, oh, this will be funny. I'll try and draw all the Simpsons, but with glasses. Yep, and a griffin, a guy with a beard, a kind of griffin's foot. Yep, let's skip past that page a bit. Cool, so a skateboarding dog, why not? Another one of Binky. Propeller hat skull, a cool, I really like this cat, sort of, I don't know, rocking out. Positive affirmation heart with limbs on a skateboard, believing in himself. A nice key, I like this key on a string. Yeah, some sort of guys, melty guy. Yep, enjoy. Oh, and this must have been when I got a Where's Wally book. So I started drawing like bones and scrolls and a key and glasses hanging around. Oh, there's the key, the actual Where's Wally key. Just as fun little page filler things. I really like those books. There's a lot of humour in the drawings, and they're quite simple drawings, but yeah, really, really cool. That similar sort of rocking out cat doing the horns, and then a kind of floating, meditating cat. Yeah, giving me Mewtwo vibes today. Seeing that, trying to work out how to draw the mudra. Didn't work it out. This looks like one of those space hopper things. And yeah, these sort of cats with human bodies. Weird. Speaking of weird, yeah. I just had this funny idea. I'd probably shrink, cut that bit out, shrink it down a bit so there's less length to the body. But I think that's a really funny idea. Sort of cat in the front and human trousers and legs. A little cat with a flower crown. Some more. This one. So last was it this? It was this May. Actually, I did a comic prompt list for May, so one prompt every day, and you do a comic, and it kind of feeds through. I managed to tie the whole thing together. I think I did 32 or 33 prompts, but this was the start of that character that I used in that. The hero didn't actually have a name, and then he had a little friend, which we'll get to, a friend called Max, who was a cat, but he was like a humanoid cat. Again, this was a drawing school prompt of like this cool vase that I got. Didn't have glasses, but I put some forget-me-nots in it. There's a few flowers and mushrooms and natural things. Someone peeping out the floorboards and some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle weapons. I think I drew these when I was playing D&D as well. I tend to draw when we're playing. Just doodle. A cat frog on his phone being disturbed. Excuse me? I did draw this one digitally. Trying to work the phone, trying to figure out how to hold a phone. Yeah, I didn't really do much with this. I did draw that one, as I said, but yeah, just made me laugh. And the idea of a frog, but it's a cat and the eyes are up in the ears, really made me laugh. I'm trying to figure out how the hell do you draw a frog body with a cat's tail attached, or just I think I've drawn the body and then added the face in very quickly afterwards. Yeah, as I said, always fun to have fun. Here we go. So yeah, I did this whole comic. It was all digital. I I kind of sketched out a few of the panels. I saw the prompt list, I think it was on the 2nd of May in the morning. I was lying in bed and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then started having all these ideas. So quickly got up, came and sat in here and wrote out what would happen, 4 panels for every day, and what would happen to make the whole thing work together. So there's callbacks, you know, a few days in they go to this place and then they come back to it later, and kind of using the prompts to try and go, okay, how does the story go? Anyway, when I finished that, I drew the 2 characters that had been in the whole thing, drew them here. They have their own page, there's no other stuff around. Yeah, there they are. It was really sweet and people really liked it. People resonated with the characters and the kind of emotions that happened towards the end of the story. I need to put it on my website so that it's easier to read rather than scrolling back and hitting the end of the comic, having to scroll to the start and then working your way back. Also, it's May, so it's May, June, July, August, September, October, November. We're now in December, so 7 and a bit months ago. It's a long way to scroll back when I tend to post every day, and 2 posts every day in October. This was June. I did a list by Titty Bats, and yeah, here are a few of the sketches for it. Trash Cat. I can't remember what this was now. On the World. A skateboarding rat. A raccoon with a bong. Centipede. Crab with a knife. Praying mantis. And an axolotl. Yeah. In fact, I'll put a few of those drawings there, hopefully. And you can see what they came out as. This one was pretty similar, and this one I think, maybe that too. And then, come on, they're almost all similar. More skulls, more cat things. A bag of bones. This is a tote bag design that I want to do, which I'd like to screen print myself, but I need to learn how to screen print. So, you know, that's why it's been here for a while. There's a little money box skull. Yeah, not much to say. Skulls. Carving out some me time. There's a pumpkin stabbing himself in the face. Carving out some me time. Yeah. There's a couple of stickers I got off this page. So, Rad I got as another glow-in-the-dark sticker. Pretty true to the original sketch. I just pulled the top of the A in and the D to make it a bit tighter. Gave it some bone shards there where it's broken, but yeah, another glow-in-the-dark sticker. I will put something to show how that works, or how that looks. There. And then this guy was, I've turned into almost exactly the same size, a little bit smaller. Glittery sticker. I think he was like the basis of a drawing, and then I've drawn it a couple more times, which then this turned into. So I probably will have taken this, the fact that it's so similar, I probably took a photo, put it into Procreate, and then redrew it using it as a base. But yeah, a nice little glittery cutie. A cool moon, and then some more of this weird hands thing. I really like these guys with long legs. Yeah. I'm not moving today. It must have been a Sunday probably that I did that. Some more just doodles, all time is playtime. Some trying to work out how to make like a rabbit skull thing. Cool like adventurer. And yeah, some cool stuff. This little bear I turned into a sticker. Again, almost true. I've changed his legs and his butt a bit. But yeah, generally when I'll draw something that's it. I don't need to refine it too much because, you know, it's just for fun. I'm not trying to win any awards here. So yeah, a nice little dancing bear and a nice subtle reference to Grateful Dead, I'd say. Trying to draw some people, some outfits. This cool, I like this cool, like, silly rabbit thing. Who knows? And this guy with his long arms and legs. I think this was trying to draw like a button badge. Drawing skulls. Could I just have the skull on it and then the drawing skulls right around the bottom or around the kind of back edge of it? I don't know, I haven't had any made yet. Something to play with. More doodles. I really like this guy, like a surprise skeleton. I definitely drew him digitally. This is a very poor attempt at drawing my friend Lydia with her scythe. It's such a cool picture that every time I saw it I was like, man, it's such a cool picture. So stylish and yeah, it looks great. A guy blasting a rat with his magic. I don't know, a weird sort of mod demon with a black cat. And I like these kind of climbing over like a windowsill or up a step or something, a demon or a cat. This is some sort of bat, a snowman. Getting near the end now. Here's what every skateboarding video looks like because of the fisheye camera. Yeah, here's E.T. and a whale shark, kind of some sort of cowboy guys. I was watching, I think it's called Underwater movie, and it had people in these like underwater suits and this kind of weird deep sea, spoiler, some sort of weird deep sea Stonehenge sort of H.P. Lovecraft thing happening. Yep, a weird kind of Japanese demon mask, bird, wizard. I Will Love You Forever. It's supposed to be like a vampire. I did draw this, but I wasn't happy with it. Like, I drew it digitally is what I mean. But yeah, I couldn't get it to look quite right, so you can see it. But yeah, I really like this little ball guy with just a cute happy face. Another weird wonky frog. Everything's weird. That's the fun of it. Some more Where's Wally things. Moon Unit Demon. There's a Daruma. Some more cats. Cool guy duck. Cool. Trying to figure out what's this, armor or don't know. Again, some more Where's Wally stuff. Trying to figure out a leg, bones, a fish going bloop, holding a pencil. This was when I was playing Grindstone. There was some really cool stuff, and I've just completed it actually. Really good game, really enjoyed it. Very colourful, and the trailer looks amazing. Great animation. Here's a kind of bear with glasses. I can't remember what that was that I copied it from. Cool, like alien skull. I really like the shape of a kind of inverted teardrop alien. Yeah. And I think, yeah, this is the last page, so I was like, right, I'm gonna fully fill it with as much as possible. So yeah, we got clowns, we got a horse burping fire, someone peeking through a blank newspaper, not very subtle, a sad frog, a goofy foot, someone going oh my god because they're being quacked at by a duck. Oh man, oh no, some tears and hearts, up and down, more clowns, more cats, some weird sort of elephant thing, cute little car, a little bug robot, yeah, cat butt. And then clearly filling up space with some bubbles and shapes and stuff, which I think looks cool, looks nice. And that's it. Oh, and look, some pages have been torn out the back as well, so shorter than a full sketchbook. But yeah, See White of Brighton, A4, and there we go. Finito. I should probably, I don't know, I don't like putting stuff on the cover because then it will get scuffed up in my bag or whatever, so in my next sketchbook, which I'm already partway through, I've stuck a few stickers in here, and another, I think I've done another one of those, or a different lino cut that I've done. But yeah, I like having the front as like a kind of, you see it more regularly because that's the first bit you open, so stick some stickers and stuff in there. But yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and see you in a couple months when I finish the next one, and we'll do another tour through it, and it'll be just as weird. There'll be cats and skulls and frogs and clowns, I'm sure. All fun stuff. So yeah, thank you very much and see you later.